Like, why were 25% hospitalized then and now only 2%?
Well, it's interesting. I'd be speculating, but I think we're seeing more positivity in younger people.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think, that's the population that's increasingly the most restless.
Mm-hmm.
The younger population is generally those that are still active, they're working, they have young families. Those that have lost their jobs or have been furloughed and they're home. I don't know. Again, I'm kind of guessing, but I think it's that population that probably, and it'd be interesting to see that the percentage distribution across ages, to look at that over time.
Right.
Or if those that have tested positive in the last couple of weeks, it'd be interesting to know, what if 80% of those are that young population, but they have a much better ability to fight it on their own and not have to be
Right.
hospitalized. So
Right.
I think that's a pretty reasonable
Mm-hmm.
assumption, but
Right.
I don't have any data
Right.
to really back it up. But
Okay.
so down to the Kaweah Delta level, today we have 33 positive COVID patients in-house, which is up from where it was. We've been consistently down in the low to mid-20s as we were seeing this kind of plateau. But we're just coming off the Memorial Day holiday, and I can look back since the beginning of March, and when Easter came and then Mother's Day came and now Memorial Day, we've always seen a spike each and every time. So 33 is definitely a manageable number for us. Just to let you know, those are all 33 of them are in the acute medical center downtown. 8 of them are in the intensive care unit. 5 of them are in the intermediate critical care unit. That's part of our 2 South unit. So that's a 29-bed unit that we've actually set aside a number of beds for the more critically ill. So we have 5 patients in that area. And then the balance, the remaining 20, are in the med-surg beds on 2 South. So again, that's kind of mirroring the state where I mentioned that 35% of the patients are in critical care. That's about what we're experiencing here. So there's actually a great number of patients that are successfully, they're being hospitalized, but they're successfully battling the virus. We've had many discharge celebrations,
Right.
and we love those where we get to really celebrate somebody that successfully overcome the virus and is going home. Kaweah Delta has now collected over 7,500 specimens since the beginning of the pandemic. We are by far and away the largest collector of specimens, really supporting the entire county. We actually, over that time period, we had a positivity rate of 9.6%, but the county reporting now down to 5.7. I would suspect that we're probably very close to that.
Mm-hmm.
Our positivity rate was probably higher in the early stages of it. And we're seeing about 67% of the specimens we collect are people that are younger than 50 or younger than 50. That's those that tested positive. So unlike the state where 58% of them are under 50, in Tulare County, 67% of those that tested positive are under 50. So maybe kind of goes back to my speculation that
they can't sit still.
yeah. So, and then lastly, just to round things out, we've had, to date, we've had 86 of our employees, our healthcare workers, have contracted the virus. 37 of them have recovered. We still have 48 that are recovering at home. Only 1 of our employees still remains hospitalized at this point, and we're praying every day for them. At the state level, there have been 10,293 healthcare workers up and down the state that have tested positive, and unfortunately 63 of them have passed away during this time of the pandemic. So that's a
Okay,
recap on the
yeah, that's a
numbers.
lot.